So what kind of car is it?
This is a 1979 Triumph Spitfire 1500, made in United Kingdom.
Is this your favorite car that you've ever driven?
This is by far my favorite car I've ever driven or owned because it's a stick shift, so it's really fun to drive. I've heard from my mom. My mom said it's the hardest stick shift car she's ever driven, and it was the first one I learned on, so I think it was a pretty good start.
Why is this car more important to you than just the average cool convertible car?
This car is super important to me because it was my grandfather's car, and then my dad drove it when he went to college, and it just has so much sentimental value that I'll probably never sell it ever.
So obviously the car is not in tip-top driving shape right now. So what is the car missing? Like, what does it need to be fixed? What is wrong with it?
I was driving it about 2 summers ago. I started it and put it in gear to back out of the driveway and heard something pop, and then I couldn't put it in any gear. But so far I haven't really been able to do much work on it just because I don't have that much time with school and work. I've basically taken the seats out and gotten to the transmission, and that's about it. Not really sure what the actual broken part is.
What have you added to the car?
I've added a new alternator.
All right.
When it was working, it just wasn't charging the battery, so thought it was an alternator. Checked the battery, it was good, and then checked it while I was running to diagnose the alternator, and it wasn't working right. So I actually got a brand spanking new one because they still make them for tractors, and I took the old one off and slapped the new one on. So here's the old alternator. I took it to a repair shop to be fixed, and the guy who was working there told me that it would be almost just as expensive to repair this one than it would be to just get a brand new one. So I got a brand new one because this one's done its time.
What has been the most fun part of working on the car?
I like to do things with my hands. I always have since I was little. I think it's cool to figure out how the car works. It's pretty much that simple. I just like to know how things work, and this is the best way to figure it out.
What has been the most challenging part of working on the car?
The most challenging part has definitely been finding the time to work on it, working and going to school. Probably even more challenging would be the fact that I know nothing about cars, and trying to learn how to work on a car in very little time has made it almost impossible.
So what are your plans with the car now? I know you said you don't have much time to work on it, so what do you plan on doing with it?
Right now we're looking for someone to maybe restore it, maybe teach me how to restore it. That'd be the most ideal. There's one guy that my grandfather has called before and had work on it, and I got his number from him, so I'm hoping to give him a call soon.
Why do you want to work on it? I know you said you're thinking about taking it somewhere, but I know if you had the time, you would prefer to work on it yourself. Mm-hmm. What is the value of you doing it yourself?
It's a lot cheaper, is one reason most people would think about. But also my grandfather gave me this car because it's like this tall. He can't get in and out of it anymore. I want to show him that he has nothing to worry about. I'll be able to handle whatever goes wrong with it and be able to do it successfully.